Harry Maguire is having the year of his life in 2018, but he will not look back on Saturday, September 15 with any great fondness, quite the opposite. The England defender had his hands on his head as he walked off at half-time with Leicester 3 goals down on the south coast. He knew that plenty of the blame lay on his shoulders. One of the stars of the World Cup was fortunate not to be sent off after clattering Josh King while on a book moments after Ryan Fraser had put Bournemouth ahead. With that on his mind, Maguire failed to get goal side on Fraser, was beaten for pace, and too scared of the consequences failed to make a tackle as the Cherries winger made it 2. To make matters worse, King then added a penalty before the break to complete one of the most humiliating halves of football for Maguire and his Leicester teammates. Maguire was certainly not the only Foxes defender to blame. Ricardo was nowhere near Fraser when he scored his first, while it was his handball that gave Bournemouth their penalty. Another England player, Ben Chilwell, failed to break up play for the first and then helped play Fraser onside for the second. Leicester's awful day continued in the second half when captain Wes Morgan was sent off for a second bookable offence before Adam Smith added a fourth, and although they added 2 in the dying stages, were well beaten. There were certainly no signs of what was to follow for Leicester as they dominated the opening stages. Playing his first game in nearly a month after suspension and international retirement, Jamie Vardy looked in the mood. He volleyed wide left-footed from James Maddison's cross and was then only denied by the bravest of goalkeeping from Asmir Begovic following Rachid Ghezel's through ball. But then Bournemouth struck. Fraser had already had claims for a penalty waved away after a coming together with Pereira when he raced onto King's through ball with Leicester's defending non-existent. Maguire was very lucky to be on the field when, after being handed an early yellow, he took out King on the touchline. He appeared to know what was coming too before referee Craig Pawson took a deep breath and played the leniency card, much to the anger of the home crowd. Maguire may well have wished Pawson had reached for his top pocket given what followed. Leicester should have equalised when Vardy and Maddison were denied by a miraculous double save by Begovic, who pushed the latter's effort onto the bar. But then on 37 minutes, Maguire was completely caught out and was everything he has not been in 2018, hesitant, indecisive, and slow. Fraser took advantage as he ran onto Callum Wilson's pass. Just 4 minutes later it was 3 as Pereira handled under pressure from King, who duly kept his cool, beating Kasper Schmeichel from the spot. Game over. Bournemouth continued to threaten at the start of the second half, with Wilson's shot taking a deflection wide off the boot of Maguire. Confidence was understandably high amongst Eddie Howe's side, with Steve Cook coming close with a spectacular long ranger. Leicester kept their fight about them but went too far as Morgan was dismissed on 69 minutes after fouling both Dan Gosling and Adam Smith. Bournemouth should have scored, with King denied by an impressive Schmeichel save after going one-on-one with the Danish goalkeeper. But a fourth did arrive in the 81st minute as Smith converted after a fine pull-back from Diego Rico. Leicester did at least rally late on. They pulled one back on 88 minutes when Rico fouled Pereira and Maddison slotted home the penalty. Sub Marc Albrighton then headed in from Kaleki Ihinako's cross a minute later, but the late spirit was scant consolation.